but two very dominant games out of TSM here. Still haven't dropped a game yet this split. So, I mean, they are turning up the heat. Not only within this series, game 2, just putting the pressure on, turning the screws, but also in their first few showings here in the summer split.
They've definitely made the statement that they're the team to beat in the league right now. They have shown that not only, I mean, they haven't played the best teams in the league necessarily yet, but in their wins, they're very convincing that they are here to make a statement. They smash people when they should be smashing them, and this was another game of that.
Yeah, very clean, and they're always in the right place at the right time. You know, it doesn't seem like they're making very big mistakes here and there. If you're looking to punish them, it's got to be at the lowest, smallest mistakes that they're making. Because macro-wise, they seem to know where to go and who to send to the right places.
Yeah, and while Apex obviously didn't look so hot in this series due to how well TSM is playing, that doesn't mean that there isn't things for them to learn and pick up from the series. I think for them, being a newer roster, granted they have plenty of LCS experience on the roster, but as a team together to play against the likes of TSM here, a very dominant team, this is going to be a tremendous learning experience for them in only week 2 of the summer split. That's the other thing we have to remember. There is so much time for these teams to develop and learn based on what they encountered in this series alone.
I think it really comes down to Shrimp in that early game. He was able to out-farm, but he started making mistakes in a team setting where you have to do a couple things, cover people when they need coverage, and he wasn't there for them. And so it looked nice to have that CS lead early, but then when that wave is coming into Ray, his top laner, he's just not there to cover him, and he gets dove, and from there the game just starts snowballing out of control just off that mistake.
Ray, speaking of Ray, unfortunately in League of Legends, as we all are probably very aware, sometimes mistakes happen, you miscue, mechanics fail, but we like to make light of that here on the LCS. So we're going to have a little replay of Ray's interaction, the enemy blue buff, or Shrimp rather, not Ray. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, see, we all make mistakes. I make mistakes.
That's so nice, EJ, to try and fit in. They go for a blue invade. The invade's not working out. He misses the flash, misses the pounce, face plant.
Let's see it again. Let's see it again. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, we all make mistakes. Just
It's not as bad as Diana Herald.
That's true. That's what I was gonna say. We on the analyst desk here have plenty of experience screwing up. I just did in tossing that replay. Crumbs himself on the LCS stage. So
I'm immaculate.
Mark is perfect, as we all are painfully aware.
Yeah.
No, but that is a minor thing. I do like though the contrast of your point in which there were things that he can actually learn from, right? The point of positioning when it comes to those lane swaps and those 2v1s, being able to recognize where on the map he needs to be in relation to the enemy jungler. In this situation, Sven kind of having his number, being in the right place at the right time, helping Hanser get ahead, making those dives happen left and right.
And you got to wonder if this is a communication issue or what the actual issue is here. But I would have liked to see a little bit more proactivity from Apex. You know, I'd imagine that against a team that is playing at the level of TSM currently, you can't beat him passively. You have to be willing to make your own plays on the map and go through the risks and push through that. And we just didn't see that. And until we see a team that's willing to bring it to them, then they're just going to keep rolling in an undefeated fashion.
Well, yeah, and one of the key members in making those uncontested wins essentially happen is Doublelift, our player of the game. Almost flawless execution on that Lucian, 8-0-7, looking very much in form and looking very comfortable, again, with the likes of Biofrost in that bot lane. Definitely seems to suit him better in that duo pairing.
Yeah, definitely. He's always been a mechanically strong player, and he's confidence driven. So like when his team's gelling, when everyone's firing all cylinders, he's really the one who's really gonna seem so much better. Just because everyone's setting him up, he's making plays off them, and you see him dashing in, being super aggressive, and that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the mic check they did last week where you could hear TSM talking over and how they synergize with their new support. And it's very clear that they love playing with this guy and they're trying to really make him feel comfortable in this new environment, which has a lot of pressure into it. And he seems completely unfazed by it and just safe to play the way that he wants to play, and it's meshing in wonderfully for TSM.
All right, well, in a moment, we will have an opportunity to speak to both Doublelift and Biofrost as they'll be coming in for an interview. While we get that set up, we're going to toss you guys over to NALCS 1, where C9 and Phoenix 1 are in the midst of Game 2. C9 up 1 game currently, and we'll see how that one turns out. Take a look.
So P1 made the right play by being there, but Cloud9 answer, chunking out gate, he has to back, and then they push up the mid lane, and now that has to be cleared out, so now Cloud9 are in position. And Sneaky, we'll see those traps go down shortly.
Continuing to show superior side wave control as well. Huge wave on the top side. P1 want to fight. Dragon goes down. Media's going to get it. Now Sentinel locked up by Impact. The ulti out from Empyrean's going to keep Maokai there for a little while longer, but Sentinel maybe blown up here. Jensen going to sweep in and will take the kill. And Gates now just trying to zone them away. C9 very successful.
Yep, Cloud9 get there set up, and you saw 2 traps there ending up landing on Sentinel. So he eats a lot of damage just from Sneaky. And right in the middle of the team, so the follow-up correct by Cloud9.
Might want to rotate to one of these side lanes though. Although Zig's going to go answer the bottom side, so maybe Baron is a call for C9?
Well, he's answering the bottom side, and he has no TP, so what you do is you try to deny the vision on Baron, the possibility, so that he can't just go down bottom, and he might have to miss that wave. Nobody's really getting any vision on it, because they see everybody from Cloud9 in mid lane.
Waves are nicely set up there, but C9 unfortunately can't take advantage. Pyrian and Slushy team up with Gate actually as well. And mid lane turret's going to be awfully hard to take down with all that wave clear. Zig looking stylish. Going to try and maybe a couple creeps here and there.
Yeah. His
Knows
Aurelia,
what it's like.
His Aurelia is not bad.
Oh,
it
no,
hasn't
not
been
at all.
bad. Like I said, his team put him in an awful spot at the start of the game, and it just kept going worse and worse because they're like, okay, let's swap it back. Oh god, this is awful. Okay, let's just try and get out of the laning phase. And eventually, they do get out of the laning phase a bit here, and they're way, like, before it was 4,000 gold at 20 minutes in terms of how far C9 was up. Now, it's a measly 1.5k.
Yep, and that was just pretty much from the map play as well.
In comparison. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Returning from the Cloud9 Apex series there. Cloud9, small gold lead, but here we are returning to our TSM Apex series as I do have Doublelift and Biofrost, our dynamic duo in the bot lane for TSM. Here to ask you a few questions. Number one, Biofrost into the LCS here on an undefeated streak so far with TSM, not even dropping a game, let alone a series. So starting 3-0 in the series, 6-0 in the games. How does that feel as a rookie to come in and be operating with such a dominant squad?
It definitely feels nice. My teammates are constantly supporting me, and the coaching staff is also very supportive, so it's made the transition fairly easy.
All right, now we got to talk about, or talk to Doublelift about your transition to TSM, how you went through the tryout process and your trip to Korea. But I want to hear from your perspective, having been the guy trying to, you know, jump onto the roster. What was that experience like for you, knowing that you are competing against some other very top-tier talent?
When I first heard about the tryouts, I was really excited, and I knew that there were a lot of other very talented supports going into the tryouts. So I kind of took it with a grain of salt, and I just wanted to put my best foot forward. And going to the tryouts, I got along with the team members pretty well, so I really wanted the spot, and when I did get it, I was really happy.
Absolutely, and you've been performing very well as you did get that role. Doublelift, over to you in a more holistic view. You know, I've had some curiosities around TSM with their reformed roster, bringing Biofrost in, how quickly rather you guys would kind of assimilate him into the roster and perform well in this split. You seem to be doing it right off the bat. What do you attribute that most to? Why is it that this roster is clicking so well?
I think this split we just decided, well, we didn't really decide. We just all kind of agreed that we were going to focus on teamwork, which sounds really silly because every team kind of focuses on teamwork, but we were really, like, damn, we have such sick laners, you know. Me, Bjergsen, Honster, we pretty much always win lane. We're never really super down. But for some reason, things aren't really clicking. And, you know, Svenskeren, he has changed his jungle style so much. He used to be a really heavy counter jungler. Then he became like a Cinderhulk Sightstone bot, like a meatball. And then now he's kind of like finding his own style within the team. And he's always just trying to really support us and try to figure out, like, oh, how can he help all 3 lanes? Because we just try to work together that way. So this split, we were just saying, like, yeah, we need to work on basically our map play, but mostly like all of our teamwork, and make sure that when we fight, like, we're all on the same page. So that's kind of why our games are so bloody, is because we have like very lethal, like, all-in execution on every play, and we just try to make sure like everyone on the team is aware, like, we're fighting right now, and everyone just like come join the party.
Where and or how does Weldon fit into this equation? Because you're saying that as a team, we kind of made some decisions going into the split, how we were going to reapproach League of Legends and how we operate together. But for him, as a coach, kind of coming in and operating as that authority, where does he fit into this equation?
Oh, wow, Weldon's changed a lot of just like our team mentality, and he's basically established like the kind of pillars that the actions that we try to follow through pretty much any game. We will always try to be making plays. We'll always try to be like executing on plays. And we're never just going to sit around and just like slowly lose, because that's just how we think the best team in the world should play. It's just always playing aggressive, whether you're ahead or you're behind, whether you're not really sure, like you're uncertain, you're indecisive. You should always try to be at least like putting them in a reactive position and always just like making the first step.
Biofrost, assuming there are improvements still to be had for this TSM lineup and the way that you guys play League of Legends throughout the split, what would be the area in which you guys feel, or rather you feel, the team needs to improve the most to become unbeatable?
It's definitely a lot of it going to be on my shoulders on how I'm going to improve as a rookie player. There's just communication things that I need to understand, as well as just looking out for plays constantly. It's just the TSM style that we're constantly trying to be aggressive, and I need to be able to adapt to that. I think I'm being aggressive now, but there's definitely a lot of opportunities I'm currently missing.
All right, and Double Lift, you guys got your revenge on CLG in that first series of the split. So you're kind of on that path towards being the team to beat in the North American LCS. If we were to put anyone in front of you on the way to that, of course it would have to be Immortals, who were dominating the regular split in spring. You guys play them tomorrow. Talk to me about this matchup and the fact that you get to play a best of 3 against them.
Oh, wow. I think it'll be really close. I really respect the way Immortals plays. I think it's very similar. We both try to be very aggressive, and we're always trying to put... We don't care what the gold lead is either way. We're just going to fight a lot. So I think our game will be really entertaining. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to say maybe 2-1 either way, but I'm super confident that we're going to win anyway, so maybe just 2-1 for us.
There it is. Promising, exciting games for us. I'm happy to hear that. Biofrost, what's your assessment of that bot lane for Immortals in Adrian and Wild Turtle?
They definitely seem very aggressive as well. Adrian was kind of the first support last split to like adopt all these different range supports, and people were kind of saying, you know, that's only NA. But now kind of everyone's playing these range supports, so it'll be interesting to see how our bot lane does versus them.
All right, fabulous. Once again, gentlemen, I want to congratulate you on your victory today. Wish you the best of luck in your game against Immortals tomorrow, and thank you for your time here in the interview. It is time now, though, for us to send you over to NALCS 1, where Cloud9 and Phoenix 1 are locked in a battle for Game 2 of their 3-game series. Let's send it to the action from NALCS 1 to close out the day.
Doesn't do it. Won't base check.